What's up guys, how's it going? Here we are back with another unboxing showcase review. We are continuing this Banpresto series of My Hero Academia. This is the Evil Villains line, volume number 2. This is the second statue or figure in this line, which is amazing. This is more recent in regards to the Banpresto line for them, but this is really cool. I'm glad that we have a much more like dynamic image portrait of Shiguraki. I enjoy this character a lot. If you've been watching the anime, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. What a very cool character he is. Of course, he is a villain. So let's see what we got going on. As you can see, this is the box. We're seeing the side of the box, the front of the box, more of an up-close image of the portrait, as well as on the side here and on the back of the box, which kind of shows you his name and where it's coming from. So we have the top of the box as well as the bottom. So let's unbox this thing, see what we got going on. Now, if you guys have not seen any of my previous unboxings with Banpresto statues, I will kind of go over how it is packaged in the box. There is a cardboard protection for the actual figure itself, and everything is actually bagged up on the inside because you might have to build the actual statue, and that's not a problem because it might not be this big inside the box. It might be bigger because you might have to build it. So here we go. Let's get this box out of the way. Here is that cardboard encasing, and typically you could just slide these pieces out. So look at that. It's an actual individual bag for certain parts. That's never happened to me before. I've always had them in one long plastic bag, and you would have to cut open every piece. So there we are. This is actually really cool. Let's take a look, see what we got going on. Look at that. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 pieces. You could say technically a little bit more than that because there's individual hands, but we'll go with it. Let's unbox this and lay it out on the table. All right, guys, let's take a look and see what we got. First, we'll start off with the stand. Very simple. It's a clear acrylic type plastic stand. Not too much going on, just showing you Bandai Spirits, if you can see that right there. But it's got the peg holes for the bottom of the feet, so it kind of guides you on where you're going to be plugging in the inserts of it. So speaking of feet, here we go. There's your the peg holes. I'm sorry, those are pegs. These are peg holes. But we see here the legs, and you can see where it's going to be inserted onto the stand. So very nice detailing and paint in the sculpt already, because you could see the stress lines in the pants right here that's sculpted on. Also, you can see that there is shades of blue and black in the pants, and then of course in the sneakers, red shoes. They actually have some tread on the bottom of the foot, and you got just black shoelaces, so it's not too bad. Still very nice. Now this is the peg for the torso, so we'll get to that. We have a set of hands, so of course this one is the one that will be on his face, so there is a peg hole that can be inserted right there. That's probably where the nose might fit in, as you can see, but very nicely sculpted for that, as well as his regular hands. It's got some great sculpt, like the bone structure as well, and fingernails that are all on there, so not too bad. It's okay, yeah, pretty nice, very nice. All right, and for the torso, with the head and the arms all connected together, this looks great. So we got the long black jacket with a hood. Everything looks incredible with the sculpt. You can see the stress lines all throughout because of the dynamic pose that he is in. Even on this loose fitting shirt, you can see that as well. The blue and black paint that is actually applied here, just like the color on the pants, so it sort of matches right there. But this is an all black trench coat going on. I don't see any other paint details shown here. He's got a belt, and you can see that the buckles are actually painted individually, so that's nice. Even the buttons, very nice touch to, you know, paint all the buttons as well. And then we have his head sculpt. The head sculpt is menacing as ever, of course, and there is that light baby blue color in the hair. There is that blue and some shades of white. I wish there was a little bit of some, maybe a little black to kind of define the hair a little bit more, but it's sculpted very nicely, so it still works out. Even in his face looks great, and you normally don't see his face too often because he's got the hand over his face, but everything looks really good. I don't see much of any like paint blemishes anywhere. Everything looks great, so I think that's awesome. So let's put them together, see what we got going on, and take an overall look. Now, of course, we got a peg hole and we got the peg. Just make sure you press firmly so that way it adheres properly, and then it's a very, very snug fit. You can take it apart if you need to, but it's not, it's only necessary if you're gonna like move him around somewhere. And of course, we got the hands. The hands, there's different peg shapes, as you can see in the hands, so that way you correspond them properly into the right peg hole, so you don't want to insert them in the wrong one. And we got this one here, and it's a very snug fit. You can feel it. And then we have this. Now this looks a little tricky, but you can see here that there are imprints of the fingers itself, so hopefully it shouldn't be too bad, and hopefully it stays on. So let's give that a shot. Yep, you'll just put some pressure on it, and it kind of just inlays itself over the hair, so that way you can see his one eye showing. And there you can see that there's the thumb that fits right over, and it's good to go. Not gonna fall out. So not bad. That's actually very, very nice. You know what, I like the fact that it's not sculpted into his face, so that way you can actually see and appreciate, and possibly just pose it like that if you wanted to. So that's not bad at all. I like that. I like having this as technically like an accessory or an option. All right, let's put them in the stand. Now remember, make sure you place them in the right ports, so that way you're not possibly breaking. There we go. I can feel that now. There's a little bit of an issue. Look at that. So I have the pegs in there, but you might have to kind of bend or kind of move it over just a bit so that peg can go in there. That can happen with Banpresto statues. It could be due to weather, heat and cold. So if you just stretch it just a little bit, you'll get it there, and it will stay, and it won't hinder it too much. You stretch too much, you could possibly break it. So I would just be careful of that. So there you go. Let's get them back onto the rotating base and check them out. All right, guys, there he is. Got him on the rotating base. He looks incredible. I love this dynamic pose on him. It looks absolutely beautiful. So we already took a look at the sculpt and the paint. I mean, basically looks great. Let me know what you guys think about it. But let's see, in comparison to other Banpresto My Hero Academia statues that I have, because with this ensemble cast of so many different characters, for him to not be alone anymore will be, well, for him to join my other villains will actually be incredible. So let's take a look and do some comparisons. All right, guys, so for comparison, here we have Toga from Volume 1. This is Evil Villains Volume 1. So I greatly appreciate that, the fact that we're having the villains. So seeing Toga as #1 is actually wonderful, because I wanted this character for a while. Even though I know they made other statues of her, I actually like this one much better. It actually goes to scale with the other Banpresto statues that I have. So there you have Volume 1 and Volume 2. And here we have Deku. He is the second iteration on the My Hero Academia Amazing Heroes line. I actually love this pose of his, and it scales incredibly well with Shiguraki right there. And for another comparison for a recent Amazing Heroes line, I have Hawks here. This looks great just because it's more elevated. You can see the height difference with it. So I actually love having this together as well. So that looks incredible. And there you have it, guys. We have Shiguraki right there. I am glad that he was included in the Evil Villains line for Banpresto's My Hero Academia. I am happy now. I actually have a awesome Shiguraki in a dynamic pose. So let me know what you guys think. I would greatly appreciate it. So make sure you hit that like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. But we will keep moving on and hopefully get Volume 3 out pretty soon, because I know it's already available. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I hope to hear from you soon, and I hope to see you on the next hunt.